The most news in the morning. CNN's American Morning. Weekday, 6 a.m. Eastern.
In this Philadelphia neighborhood, one-time Army Captain Shannon Meehan is back on foot patrol, walking the street, knocking on doors, talking to people.
I grew up in this area around here and just recently returned from Iraq, and as a continuation of my service, I'm running as state representative for the area.
3 years ago in Iraq, Shannon's job as an Army platoon commander was to try to win over the citizens. As he launches his campaign for state legislature, he's open about his experiences in war.
By painting an honest picture of myself, because I will be honest, I will show you who I am and who I have become. I always felt, because I benefited.
I first met Shannon last year at Fort Hood, Texas, where he was being treated for traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress. You have written extensively about the incident that has caused you to suffer from post-traumatic stress. I'm wondering how that's going for you now.
Ever since that day back in Iraq in June, when I took the lives inadvertently of innocent Iraqi family, I've been forever changed. And their deaths, the memories of those children and that family, they will follow me. They always will.
When he was in Iraq, Shannon had called in a strike on a building. No one knew Iraqi civilians were there. He felt deeply responsible. Because you and I hadn't talked in, I'd say, a few months. And then you suddenly emailed me a few weeks ago, late one night. I asked him to read some of what he sent me.
It almost feels as if the further I got from Iraq, from the Army, the more my mind would delve itself into it all. Now being completely ripped away from it all by being medically retired, part of me feels that signified the end of it all for me. I'd finally abandoned them all, the ones we lost and the ones I killed. I felt like I had this disease inside me, this dark secret, that if anyone back home had known what I had done, there's no way they could accept me. I would be seen as this monster.
Shannon says he finally began to see a way ahead with the birth of his son Brady and the support of his wife AJ.
And what I was able to realize was that I'm not done yet. My service does not have to end there. I can continue and I will continue to serve. My name's Shannon Meehan.
Back in the neighborhood, Shannon hopes by campaigning for votes.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate the support.
He will also find his own way ahead.
For me, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to tell the people of the district who I am and why I want to do this.
All right, well,
great story.
Yeah, absolutely. And Barbara joins us now. It was very interesting, Barbara, that you talked about that email that he sent you, that late night email, sort of expressing all of this. How did you guys develop a close relationship like that?
Well, we had met back at Fort Hood, where he was very open, talking about his issues with post-traumatic stress. And I have to tell you, it was a couple of weeks ago. I was looking at my BlackBerry before I went to bed, and I was just stunned. I suddenly have this message, and it's from Shannon. And he's talking about how tough things are, and once again he feels like the bottom's really falling out. You might wonder, why is he taking the risk of running for office, of opening himself up publicly to all of this? And he says it's because he wants people to know this is what tens and tens of thousands of veterans in this country are dealing with. He is one window into the veterans community, and I have to tell you, they are speaking out more. I was telling Jim just a little while ago, a couple of days ago, I got another email from a group of Marines returned from Iraq. They had started their own job program to try and train themselves in new vocations, and now they've been told that their VA funding may be cut, and they're worried they may be homeless again. They're looking for help. This is really now windows that we are seeing into the vets from this war and the issues that they're really having, and they need help.
And men and women like Shannon, they're the John McCains and John Kerrys of tomorrow. We're going to see more and more veterans from these wars serving in their state legislatures and Congress. And I think that's a good thing for this country, don't you think?
Oh, I think absolutely, and they are more willing to talk about what has happened. You know, it's so difficult even for me to talk about this. Shannon has bluntly written and spoken about what it means to pull a trigger and kill in war, and that's something that many veterans want many Americans to know about.